What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Philip back with Thrifty PS Gamer Reviews. Today we're doing something just a tad bit different. A demo came out for one of the games that I was kind of interested in this year. I got a list. Let's not get into this right now because maybe I don't want to spend $50 or $60 on Star Ocean after Integrity and Faithlessness was just god-awful according to the public. I don't know. I still have not played that one yet. Valkyrie Elysium is another game that I'm like, but really? And then Sonic. Well, right now there's not a demo for Sonic. There is, however, a demo for Valkyrie Elysium. This game starts you off as a Valkyrie. You are a Valkyrie in this game. Hence the title, Valkyrie Elysium. Basically, from what I gather, the gods either got destroyed or got taken, and Odin used some of his final abilities to craft and create the Valkyrie. And so your job is to stop or prevent or minimize the events leading up to and the event of Ragnarok. So that is your goal. And he sends you to Midgard, Earth, to quote unquote purify souls, which is a fancy way of saying you are killing things. And you will think that you are killing like people mostly, but I actually think he means boxes and barrels, because this game has the greatest amount of boxes and barrels and crap to smash that I have ever seen in an action RPG, and I'm here for it. Because every single one of these things can have something in it. I remember I was in I was destroying a pew almost, or destroying a bench, and I got like 10 violet gems, which gems are something you use to level up. We'll get into that in a minute. But like I was like sitting there going, man, that's really cool. Like, it's not just fodder, it's not just junk, it's not just thrown in there. And that actually does bring me into some things I really enjoyed. The leveling up, I really, really loved. Because you go around, you do all these things, every enemy you kill. Every enemy you kill. Okay, let's go. I'll edit that out. Every enemy you kill, you get orbs. You get gems. These gems are used to purchase upgrades, not only for your weapon or weapons, but also to purchase upgrades for just various skills across a attack, support, and defense skill tree. Now, obviously, in the demo, you don't have access to the entire skill tree, but it is what you would think it is. Like, it's, health upgrades, stuff like that, better combos, higher attacks, stronger defense, things like that. But the game makes it feel so fast-paced. Like, you're almost after every single section, I was able to level up something, sometimes 2 things, sometimes 3 things. And so I thoroughly enjoyed that aspect of it, that the game seems like it's going to be heavy, kind of loot gathering, but loot in the sense of your gems, not loot in the sense of all these items and equipment and stuff like that you could equip to your character, because all I've seen so far, she doesn't wear fancy armors or anything like that. You're not having to go try to find a ribbon to make sure she's protected from poison and other status ailments and all that stuff. It's very straightforward. You get to choose between 4 arts, which are mystical abilities. Your standard fire, water, heal, lightning, stuff like that. Then you go and you can upgrade your sword, or you get a second, like a rapier kind of thing, towards the end of the demo. And yeah, really, this demo highlighted everything that I was concerned about or wanted to make sure of, because I can't afford a lot of new games a year, and if this was going to make the list, I had to be sure. But with that said, let's get on to kind of combat. I have heard people say that combat is going to be what carries this game, makes up for a lackluster story. Now, I'll say this. We got a demo. If you stretch out the demo like I did, you'll get about 4.5 hours of playtime on it. If not, you're getting about 2 to 3, max. Me, I went around and did all this stuff, did all that. And so, you're literally playing through chapter, or through, I think, just the prologue, actually. I don't even think you got to actually chapter 1. Oh, no, yeah, you did, because yeah. So, chapter 1 is all you play through. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an in-depth story by the time we're done. Now, it's Norse mythology, talking about Odin and the gods and all that. So, I mean, it's a story that, especially in media lately, we have been very familiar with. We had Thor Ragnarok a few years ago. We are having God of War Ragnarok coming up. We had the game Vikings, Wolves of Midgard. We had, there's a lot of Norse mythology stuff coming out, right? And so we don't necessarily need a reinvention of the wheel here. I do hope that they go ahead and put a little bit more story elements in, but also I think they did. I just think we didn't reach them yet, or they're holding something back from the actual release. Speaking of the actual release, oh no, still on combat. I'm so sorry. The combat's phenomenal. It's so fun. The lock-on system works very well. Your arts and stuff cast at a good speed. I don't feel like the game is making me take my sweet, precious time to cast something. Everything moves real fluid, real quick, like you were created by a god. She's not learning how to use her spells. She's collecting spells to be used, or arts, rather. So that aspect of it was very good. I'm coming off the heels of games like Bayonetta and Knights of Azure, and so this fast-paced combat, my gosh, I'm gonna make it through this video eventually, is welcomed. It's something I'm familiar with right now, and I'm getting better playing these fast-paced games. You might look at the gameplay and say, dude, you still suck. And that's possible. But I think combat is definitely the shining spot of this game. I don't think story has been put to the wayside just for combat, but I will say this, with what we have seen, definitely, the main part of the game is the combat. It's very, very, very well done. So, with that, let's get into a couple things I didn't like. First of all, the camera is out of position. I don't know what to say about the camera, but it's out of position. That may not. You'll be able to see a little bit of what I'm talking about in these clips, and but it just never felt like it was in the best spot that it could have been. You can go into the settings and adjust it. I have done that. I've made it a little bit better for myself, but it's still not where I would hope that it, or it's not where I feel like it should be. Because, I'm a game dev. No, I'm not. But I still know where I like my dang cameras. Outside of that, there is some pop-in, and it's pretty freaking noticeable. You will notice from other videos that I have said that pop-in doesn't really bother me. It's not something that I normally take off for or anything like that. I don't give a rat's rip about pop-in unless it gets bad enough. And dear goodness, not in the first level, but in the prologue to the first level, where they're like letting you get a taste of something that happens later, where you have two summons and you can imbue your weapons with their abilities and all that jazz and stuff. Like, it's as you're walking, you see, like, literally it looks to be 10 feet in front of her, an empty spot of grass, and then all of a sudden it has flowers on it. It's amazing. But I hope that that's just for the demo, and by the time this game comes out here in about 2 weeks, it'll be golden, and they'll just be doing some minor tweaks on it, because everything else in the game is amazing. The particle effects are wonderful. So yeah, a little bit of pop-in is my main gripe about this game. Outside of that, I think Square Enix did a great job with this game. I think Salil, I think is how you're going to say the dev's name. I think they did well. I actually get a lot of Elden Ring vibes. Not so much that it plays like Elden Ring. I'm sure if you put it on hard and not easy, it would play like Elden Ring. But definitely some Elden Ring vibes. It's such a good game. And guys, I'm going to be trying to find a way to buy this. I don't know how I'll be able to, but I desperately would like to get this game. And I just don't know if it's going to happen when it first comes out. It probably won't. Anyways, guys, check it out. The demo's free. And, yeah, back to our regularly scheduled content soon. Stay thrifty, guys.